280 years ago, two great battles took place here in Tuaneke with the British pirates. In 1406, a Frenchman called Jean de Betancourt landed here in Fuerteventura and took over the island on behalf of the Spanish government. Nothing happened for 100 years until Christopher Columbus founded America. They found gold, diamonds, they found precious metals, and of course, they wanted to bring all those lovely things back to Europe. And what was on the way home? The Canary Islands. All the pirates gathered around the Canary Islands. In 1740, a British galleon sailed round into the Bay of Gran Tarajal. Just a lovely beach, no people except from the watchman up here on the cliffs. He saw the British galleon come sailing into the bay, and he ran up to the town of Tuaneke and rang the church bells. And the local militia, made up of farmers and workers, gathered and came down to meet the British in the small settlement called Fuerteventura. Here we are now at the reenactment. The British pirates have come ashore and they'll march around the town of Gran Tarajal now, followed by a huge number of local people. It's the start of the celebrations. 50 British pirates had come ashore onto the beach in Gran Tarajal and made their way up the dry riverbed, and coming down from the town of Tuaneke were a band of Fuerteventura farmers and land workers, and they met here in Fuerteventura. And there was a big battle. 30 of the British soldiers were killed and 20 ran off back down the riverbed and escaped on the boat. It was June 1740. But the British weren't to be beaten. They came again in October of 1740, not with 50 privateers, but with 200 men. The militia, under the command of Colonel Jose Sanchez Umpierrez, met the British here on the Llano Florido, the Plain of Flowers, the Battle of Tamasite, named after the mountain Tamasite. They put a line of camels along the plain and hid behind the camels. The British fired off the round of shot from their single-loading guns. The camels, having thick skins, weren't troubled at all. The Brits' guns were empty. The Fuerteventura soldiers leapt over the camels with sticks and with stones and attacked the British. They killed the 200 privateers. There was not one survivor. Every year, the local people here in Tuaneke have celebrated the defeat of the British.
Con la protección de la Virgen de la Peña, primero la honra que la vida. Adelante, hijos míos.
We saw the farmers and the British gather on the Llano Florido, march through the town accompanied by the wives and the children of the local farmers and workers. They ended in the church, where they're giving praise for being saved from the awful British invaders. Of all the battles over the last 2,000 years, the Battle of Tamasite didn't even register. But for the people of Tuineke, it is the only battle. The Brits came twice and were driven back to the sea twice. They never came to Fuerteventura again. Well, not until the 1960s, when they started to land in their hundreds on aeroplanes, and the Great British Invasion started again. The Great British Tourist Invasion.